The Fallbrook Art Association is an artists for artists organization. Visit our gallery at 300 North Brandon Street in Fallbrook, California to see fine art exhibitions from some of Southern California's most talented creators. Exhibitions change regularly, so visit our website to find out the latest news. If you appreciate art, you will love visiting the Fallbrook Art Association.
Hello, this is Nancy Hines Glazer with another segment of All Art Always, meaning all media. And today I'm so just giddy with being happy to have Julia Rasor in my presence, a gifted sculptor and a painter, although she's a sculptor, here in her environment. Hi, Julia.
Hi, Nancy.
Years I've been talking to you.
Great
right?
to have you.
Yes. I know, and part of why I wanted so much to have you on our segment is that you represent a new person to our community. You found us by accident, unlike some others. We picked it because of an art scene. You got here by accident, and then the community found you.
That's right.
So when did you move to Fallbrook?
Well, I moved in 2015 to this location because I wanted to be able to make large sculpture and have space for it, and so this really lent it, the views and the architecture, it just seemed like a great artist retreat.
And you also have a few avocados, so that's your working avocado farm angle.
Yes,
too.
It happened to have 200 avocado trees on it, and so I had to learn that. That was, and I'm still just picked 150 pounds yesterday and ready for delivery.
I know, and I find it fascinating. You can do it all. Plus, you have your mom here, and you've learned what it's like to adapt to that part of adult life and being a caregiver. Where did you move from, though, as you came here?
Most recently I was living on Mission Bay, and I thought that would be my final place because I really enjoyed the water. I love being by the water. But it was a waterside condominium, and I could only build small sculpture there, and I was asked by the curator of the San Diego Botanic Garden to make big pieces. And so I was pouring concrete in the hallway of a condo. And trying to get it down an elevator, and so it was ridiculous. And so I gave up my love of the water for sculpture, and here I can build big pieces on the 4 acres and never fill it up.
This is true. In fact, indoors, outdoors, everywhere you look, if you're not paying attention, you might miss something amazing. How did you get started, though? I think people might find that fascinating. You weren't always an artist. So.
Yes, I come from the medical device industry, so I'm a medical device entrepreneur and inventor. And so, my passion is to be able to make things that haven't been seen before in the medical industry and to help people. And then I accidentally stumbled on the fact that I could sculpt. Someone mentioned a class they were in that had models and beginning sculpture. And so I showed up there, and from there it just changed my life. I found something I could do that I had no idea that I could do.
So that came from, though, your medical research background, and you created something usable for med students and doctors. Tell us about that. That's incredible to me.
Well, I have, a number of patents, but one of them is the first ultrasonic contrast agent. So I'm the inventor of that, and numerous other things, but that was early on in my career working in the artificial heart program.
Where was that?
That was up in the San Francisco Bay Area.
This is not San Francisco Bay. As you take a look around everything that's here, we don't have water.
It's warmer.
It's warmer.
It's warmer.
Have you found that an adjustment, or because your life switched as well as your relocation? Has it been part of the part of the whole?
One of the reasons, you know, I just felt like I didn't want to be cold anymore, and so, you know, Southern California had a draw, and I was born in Los Angeles, so I guess I've returned to this locale.
So what kind of equipment would that be that we would look for in medical schools, what your patent is?
Well, I have about 60 patents, so
Okay.
there's various medical
Who's
devices.
got time to know all 60? But the one you told me about that fascinated me most.
Yeah, the ultrasonic contrast agent, it's an imaging agent, you know, with x-rays they use, you know, iodine as the contrast agent so that you can see what's happening inside the body, you know, highlight different areas. And with ultrasound, there wasn't any contrast agent. So this is, it's a microbubble slurry that you actually inject. And then when you image the heart, for instance, you can see the flow pattern through the heart.
So you learned about sculpture from the inside out, actually. How the body works and how to create something which has an outward visage of something inside. And as we're going to get a chance in another segment to take a stroll and see your amazing work, that's sort of the reverse of what people do. That's from the inside and out. And most sculptors, I think, start to work on an outside, what they see on the outside. Mm-hmm. Do you think that gives you a different edge in your creations?
Well, being an inventor, I think it really shows up in my sculpture because I don't stick to one material. I like to explore any material I can get my hands on, and that is, you know, sort of an inventive process in itself, taking strange materials that you wouldn't think of as sculpture and inventing a sculpture out of those materials. So I think that's where the science and the art come together.
And you're saving the planet while you're at it.
That's right.
We're pretty happy for that.
Upcycling.
Thank you. Yeah, you are
materials.
upcycling.
That's right.
And I think in another time we're going to get a chance to talk about the whole process, because that's arduous. You know, you take something that is a piece of something and create something from it. But do you think, and this is sort of an odd question, because you have traditional sculptures that go abstract, you started realistic and then you went abstract. You started with raw material and created giant sculptures. You've done little sculptures. Is there either of any of that really hits you the most? Because you've done them all.
Well, no, because, you know, as an inventor, you just want to keep pushing the forefront. So if I stay in anything too long, I get bored.
Okay.
So that's why there's such a variety.
Well, you know, I'm really just so happy that you can send